Hi, this is Eunice Palacios Ramírez, licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm a psychotherapist in the state of California and a teletherapy provider in the state of Florida. This video is about infidelity and couples therapy. Throughout this video, you will hear me refer to betrayals. I see infidelity as a betrayal, as a break in trust. However, infidelity is not the only way to break trust. Not only being unfaithful is a betrayal. I think lying to your partner, keeping secrets from them also counts as a break in trust. Maybe you ask for a loan without your partner knowing. Maybe you gamble money away without your partner knowing. Maybe you turn to porn to live your sexuality without your partner knowing or without you inviting them to be part of the experience. Maybe you're having an emotional affair, texting with someone, flirting with someone online. I think trust is broken when you keep secrets away from your partner. But of course, every couple defines what is a break in trust. If you are a person who just found out about a betrayal from your partner, probably you're going through one of the most painful moments in your life. And you're feeling as if you're going crazy. Feeling depression, feeling anxiety, intrusive thoughts, not knowing if you want to stay in this relationship, even if you have been in this relationship committed for years and maybe you even have kids and a whole future together and a whole life together, you might feel very confused. You might be also saying like, how did I not see this coming? Or who is my partner? Who's this person next to me that I have trusted? I don't know you. Who are you? How could you? A lot of anger, a lot of mixed emotions. It's a very vulnerable moment, and I encourage you to take care of you, go to therapy, turn to your community of support. You're going through something very painful, and I'm very interested in the ways you are responding to this. Despite this being something very painful, how do you respond when you are in pain? How do you want to respond to this difficult challenge, to this difficult situation that you have now in front of you? Um, you might feel also particularly vulnerable because your special person, the person you turn to when your world falls apart, when you have a bad day at the end of the day, uh, your person who is your safety has betrayed you. So the world might feel unsafe. The example that I give is, let's say that you live in a house or an apartment where you have felt safe, or live in a neighborhood where you have always felt safe. And one day someone breaks into your place, or someone assaults you in your neighborhood where you are walking in your neighborhood. It's going to be such a violation, right, to your place, to your neighborhood, to your life. And you might feel as if, hey, this house where I have felt safe, maybe it's not safe. This neighborhood where I have always felt safe and walk peaceful, maybe it's not safe. Maybe the world is not safe. So you're going through something difficult, and give yourself some grace. Take care of you. And if you are someone who betrayed your partner and you are seeing in your partner some of the things I'm describing in this video, please have compassion for your partner. Don't tell them to just get over it. Just get over that. It's not as easy. They're going through something very painful. You are their special person and you broke their trust, and they might feel unsafe in the world because you are someone who represents safety for them. If you are the person who participated in the betrayal, probably you didn't want to hurt your partner. To this day, in all the years that I have been doing doing therapy, I have never met someone that has said I cheated on my partner or I lied to my partner because I wanted to hurt them. Probably you didn't want your partner to find out. You thought your partner couldn't find out, or that you were going to keep your secret, and turns out that your secret is now out in the open. Um, and maybe you're feeling very guilty, feeling a lot of shame, and feeling helpless. Maybe you are thinking, now all that I'm going to be in my partner's mind is a cheater or a liar. Always, this is going to haunt me for years, forever, and there's no way I'm going to be able to repair or to gain my partner's trust again. And I think embracing that shame and that guilt is important, because when we feel shame and guilt about something in which we participated, I think maybe it says something about values that are important for us that we didn't honor. Maybe it says something about a commitment that we have done about the way to live life, to be in relationship with others, that we didn't honor. So rather than turning away from that shame and from that guilt and saying no, 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 like just out with that, let's look into what you didn't honor, what was informing you when you were lying, when you were turning to someone else. And it's going to take time to rebuild the trust, but I think it is something that is possible. It's a long process and it takes a lot of work. I'm going to talk more about this in this video. I want to talk also about the expectations when couples come to couple therapy after a betrayal, because often the person who was hurt by the betrayal, they are saying things like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to forgive them. I don't know if we're going to stay together. I don't know if I want to stay in this relationship. And that's okay. You still can do couples therapy without knowing if you want to stay in the relationship. You um, being in couples therapy doesn't mean that you're committing to being in the relationship. It's okay to be in that state of, I don't know. The only thing that I ask is that you are committed to the therapeutic process, and that divorce or separation is not on the table where we are doing therapy. I think this is because we don't want that a threat to divorce is looming over us while we are doing couples therapy, right? I ask couples, and I know this is a big ask, put off the divorce, put off the separation a few months while we engage in therapy, in weekly therapy. It's okay if you don't know if you want to stay in this relationship. What I ask is for a commitment to couples therapy. Now, maybe you already know that you don't want to stay in this relationship, then our objectives change, right? Maybe we want them to do therapy to end in good terms, to understand why things didn't work, and to end in good terms. And also in couples therapy, we don't have to talk only about the betrayal. Often a betrayal is a catalyst for a couple. Maybe they break up, maybe they stay together, but I think it could be an opportunity to work on issues the couple is already having. I'm interested as a psychotherapist trained in emotional focus therapy in the way people react to each other. And I'm wanting to understand also how the betrayal enters into the way they interact from each other. Maybe let's say that a couple tends to turn away to each other. And when they don't, one of them, let's say, doesn't turn to the other and they turn to someone else, right, to an affair, and the other person um, feels ignored and turns to work, right? I'm interested in knowing, why are you turning away from each other? What are you honoring? What are you protecting? What is causing that disconnection? What is causing both of you to turn away from each other? Is this a pattern? Is this something both of you do? And how does the betrayal enters into that uh, cycle, into that relationship, that dynamic both of you have? That is one example. When a couple comes to consult me and they are saying they're wanting to rebuild trust, I always ask the person who was hurt about what do they need for that trust to be rebuilt. What do they need to feel safe again in the relationship? Um, and um, maybe sometimes they want to know details, right, of what you did with so and so, or how many times, and etc. Sometimes that's not helpful. Sometimes knowing more details can be quite painful, traumatizing even. Um, so, but maybe there are some details that are important for you to know, right? Did you use a condom? Right? Seems like an important detail to know. Um, how much money did you gamble? Like, seems an important detail to know. Always tell to the person who participated in the betrayal, please don't get defensive. Your partner needs to feel safe again, and you can help them to feel safe again. If they are asking you, please share your location with me because I get very anxious, I worry you're going to be in this and this place with such and such, don't get defensive. Your partner needs that to feel safe again. And if you tell me, sorry, but I have my privacy, and with this, I'm very firm. I think if you cheated, you lost your privacy for some time while the trust is rebuilt. So you have to be willing to help your partner feel safe again. The example I give is, let's say, as I was saying in a previous slide, someone breaks into your house, and now you are in this house feeling like someone is going to break in. You're going to need maybe new locks in the doors. Maybe you're going to need some protection around the windows and a big dog, and you need to see that with your eyes, right? And it's going to take some time until you feel safer again. Maybe your partner is telling you, I want you to call so and so and break up with them in front of me. And that's what they need to see to feel safer. Maybe they're telling you, I need you to block so and so from Instagram. And if they need that to feel safe again, and if you want to rebuild the trust, I would encourage you to do it again for some time while the trust is rebuilt. So, just some last comments. Um, if you're thinking about cheating, don't cheat. Don't betray your partner. It has painful, painful effects, and it takes a long time to regain the trust. You are your partner's special person, and betraying them might make them feel unsafer in the world. Please don't cheat. And if you cheated, come clean, repair with your partner, assume the consequences of your behavior. It's going to take time to rebuild the trust. If you're a couple who is considering doing couples therapy, it's going to take time. And couples therapy is part of the puzzle, right? Let's say you do couples therapy, but you're also in individual therapy. Maybe you are in a support group and you have a community, maybe your community of faith or your community of friends, your family. Let's say you're also working out, doing a hobby that you enjoy. Maybe you're also seeing a psychiatrist who's helping you with medication to deal with anxiety and depression symptoms. um, couples therapy is only part of the puzzle, right? Please don't expect that with couples therapy is like a magic one and all the problems are going to be solved and the trust is going to be rebuilt after 3 sessions. It takes a long time. It's a big investment, a lot of patience, and it just takes time. It takes time. I think that betrayal, the discovery of a betrayal, could be a catalyst to a relationship. It can really help a couple move into looking at what is happening in their relationship, figuring out um, how they are interacting with each other, understanding their cycle, understanding how is that they turn away from each other, understanding why they are turning to something else or to someone else. And as a therapist trained in emotionally focused therapy, I'm interested in knowing that, what are the dynamics, the cycle um, that this couple gets caught into, and how does this infidelity is part of the cycle. Understanding how both of you react to each other in emotionally focused therapy, we want to understand also what emotions are underneath your reactions. Um, as a therapist trained in narrative practices, I'm interested also in knowing what do you want to do about this problem. Right? Maybe the problem is disconnection. Maybe the name of the problem is this betrayal. What do you want to do about this problem? And what are you already doing about this problem? Maybe you're watching this video and I want to ask you, why are you watching this video? Is this video a step towards something? I'm very interested in the values and knowledges people hold close to them, and in what ways people respond to painful situations like infidelity, to painful things like disconnection. And I'm also interested in knowing like the ethics, the values that inform people on how do they relate to each other. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to go to my website, www.palaciosfamilytherapy.com. You can go to my website, check my calendar, and ask for an initial consultation there. The initial consultation call is a free 15-minute call where we see if we're a good fit, and then if you feel we're a good fit after that call, then we schedule an appointment. I work online and in person. My office is in Mission Valley. I'm also bilingual. I speak Espanol. I'm from Mexico City, and I have quite a bit of experience with couples, and I really like working with couples. Thank you for watching.